and thanks for joining me for another video tutorial. I hope that you had a great time listening to my video last week, and thank you for those of you that had questions for me. I hope you received my replies. Keep them coming if you want to have any answers. Please join me on my Instagram page, where if you click on my story you'll see there's a live question and answer going on. I'll be really glad to help you with those, and also those questions help me form video tutorials for the future. As you can see, I'm playing around with different rooms and different lighting. It's not ideal in the room I've chosen today, so I need to fix some better lighting for the future, but hope that won't put you off joining me. So today I'm at my home music room. You can see all my music behind me. Most of you won't ever come for a lesson. If you do come for a lesson with me at my home studio, it's really somewhere that I just create music at home, practice at home, and get my lesson plans together from at home. You'll see this background a lot, of course, if you have Skype lessons with me. But otherwise, sadly, you probably won't see this background much other than in my videos. So one of the questions that came up via my Facebook and Instagram please for questions was the question of what you should pay for a singing lesson. So actually what I did is I went to a forum of voice teachers in the UK and asked them what they charge. The short answer was that there was a great huge variety of answers, and so I'm just going to summarize that really quickly for you. Different parts of England, there are teachers charging different things. I am based in London and I teach mainly professionals in musical theatre and musical films. So my charges are between £60 and £70 for an hour. However, on a local level, I do have some students which I charge around £40 an hour for. So that gives you a little bit of a baseline for London prices, and I'm also in the south of England. I live in Brighton, so those lower charges are for more amateur clients that are out of the London area. On Skype, again, I will negotiate a rate with you depending on what you're trying to achieve, what your goals are, and whether you're professionally working or not. For adults, the prices will be completely different again, so I am focusing my answers on lessons for young people. Most teachers will have a set rate, some will vary. The most important thing I'd recommend to you is that you get a dialogue going with the teacher that you're intending to go to, and don't be afraid to speak to them about their rates and understand their rates, and use that terminology. Can I understand your rates? Do you have any discounts? Do you have discount for a long-term client? And see how they work. Don't forget that your teacher is earning their wage through what they're charging you, so they do have a right to charge you what they like and what they see fit. So then, broadly speaking, across the country, I saw responses from teachers that were charging £20 an hour all the way through to £150 an hour. I think personally that £150 an hour is a very steep rate. I wouldn't pay that really myself for my teacher, for my professional standard lessons as an adult. But I'm sure that other teachers have got justification for doing that rate. I would say that £20 is quite a low rate. I would want to know the insurances of the teacher and their qualifications. Maybe they're a newer teacher, maybe they're looking for more students, maybe they're doing a discounted rate, maybe they just live in a really quiet village and they've got absolute grounding to charge such a low rate. The thing goes back to ask your teacher why they're charging what they're charging. They may be an absolutely excellent teacher charging £20 an hour because they've got plenty of money in the bank and they're teaching for fun and they're going to work you really hard. So don't cancel it out if they're charging a low rate. Just inquire and ask them why that might be. So the average amount that was coming in for a young person singing lesson was between £40 and £50 for an hour, except for as we go up the northern regions of the country and the quieter areas of the country, it did seem to be averaging out on about £30 an hour. Now there's going to be loads of questions that you've got around what I've just presented to you, and of course I did a really broad question out to teachers who I think are really well respected, so you might find other things. I'm really happy to try and advise you, however I don't know every singing teacher in the country, so my spot check would be start a dialogue. Don't be put off if they're charging a cheap rate. There might be good reason for that. As long as there is good reason for that, then that's great. If you're looking to have an amateur teacher, then you'll be paying an amateur rate, to my mind. If you want a professional training, then you're going to be paying more. For example, I'm studying the voice all the time, so I'm constantly updating my training, and I'm really at the top of my game, so I can charge a higher rate because of what I'm offering. I hope that helps. It's a big topic and it's a brave one for me to cover in my second video tutorial, but I'm never one to shy away from things that are sometimes difficult for us to talk about. So I'm really relying on you posting your comments, tagging me in your questions, and sensible ones. You know, we're not looking to insult anybody, we're not looking to attack anybody. We definitely need to have an open, honest conversation about this. What I didn't do is check rates of teachers across America. I did have a lot of replies from teachers in America, but I am based in the UK, so I did decide to keep it to the UK. I'm Amelia Carr Voice. My website is www.ameliacarvoice.co.uk. You can find me on Twitter, on Facebook and on Instagram, Amelia Carr Voice. Don't forget to put your questions on my live feed on Instagram if you want a quick, short, snappy, instant answer to one of your questions. Hopefully I can see you next week. My plan is to do a video tutorial on the basics singing fundamentals, which will be breathing and alignment. Bye!